It's time for
DodgerHeads.
high fly ball into right field. Dodgers have won it all in 2020. Shohei Ohtani, 50-50 club. Strikes him out. There's a drive. Shohei Ohtani. Freeman hits the ball. She is gone. Birthday party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into DodgerHeads Unplugged with Scotty G. Happy Monday. Playoff time, guys. Welcome in. It's great to have you to the tier ones. Thank you. Everybody joining in for the first time, coming back for multiple times. Welcome in. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, like everything, all of it. Everybody, we made it. Playoff time. Yesterday was an incredibly fun day of baseball. Got to see some upsets, got to see the New York Mets, as sad as could be, the Miami Marlins doing a job. That was fun for baseball. You know, the trio of starters out there, the gritty Miami Marlins did a job. The Cincinnati Reds squeaked their way in, and they've got a date with the Los Angeles Dodgers in LA for a 3-game set starting tomorrow night. I'm juiced. I'm super excited for it. Everybody, it's great to have you in. If you're buying tickets to the series, I'm envious of you. Busy schedule, so I don't think I'll be able to make it. If I can, I'll try to do it. But it's great to have you in. I'm gonna do all the stuff here. Good morning. What's up, JY? I see all the regulars in here. Rosemary, what's up, Rosemary? Foxy, hello. Great chat going on early. There we go. Laura, same thing. Good to see you all. Look, we've got a good show here today. We've got a really good show here today. Eden, how we doing? Yeah, Rosemary, I'll definitely make the DS if they make it. I totally got you. Yeah, playoff baseball is a different type of feeling. You step into the stadium, they come back from a commercial break, and you can just feel the fans. They get that stuff going. It's experiences that stay with you. So this is the time of year that fans kind of, wait for. A lot of people don't have the opportunity that are fans of other teams. And for Dodgers fans, I'll say it all the time, and you all understand it. Dodgers fans are incredibly spoiled. So regular season baseball, lot can enjoy it. Some people just don't know how to do it, though. I know how to enjoy regular season baseball for what it is, but for a lot of people, you wait till the postseason, and then the juices really get flowing, and that's kind of that's what gets it going. So we've got some stuff to talk about today, and I like Ricardo saying this. October is in the air, and that spells a lot of stuff for a lot of people for the Dodgers. And that really does. There's a lot of conversations that need to be had. Roster crunch stuff going on there. Will Klein getting optioned down, so he won't be available for the wild card roster, so he's got to wait that period. Stuff like that. Real ticky-tack things there. There aren't many big moves left to be made here. I wasn't available over the weekend. We're not on schedule to do to talk Clayton Kershaw not being available for the wild card round, but that was always the original plan, that there wasn't really going to be a spot for him, and that's in the wild card round. DS, absolutely. Then we'll talk. But on that front, in the wild card, let's get some impact relievers, somebody that's maybe they like a little bit more, and that's all right. And that was always the original plan there. Clayton Kershaw goes out yesterday, does the job. Takes care of business. It's good to see all you in here. We're going to do a little preview in the Dodgers and Reds. We're going to talk about tomorrow's matchup, and we're going to do a little bit of loose glossing over what this series is going to be. Look at it from a glance, day to day. I'll give you the upfront, we're going to go in-depth stuff there. Tomorrow, we're going to talk specific pitching matchups, way more in-depth there. What I like, what I'm going to, tell you to look out for, things like that. What I love tomorrow about Blake Snell, etc. We'll go from there. What I think the lineup's going to be. But today, we're really going to look at kind of how the final days shook out, and the Dodgers really doing a lot of that game planning. gaming their lineup, their roadmap, and how some guys are going to be deployed, and some positives that we really got to see from some players who needed a bump. Dalton Rushing, guys like that. Hesson Kim, like, is that going to be a factor? Is he going to be in there? Or other names in consideration that aren't him for that, that one of those final bench pinch runner spots, stuff like that. But yesterday shook out a lot of, like, as a baseball fan, shook out the way I hoped it would. Competitive ball there. Clayton Kershaw goes out, looks fantastic. The offense sparks it up. And the Dodgers really just absolutely take care of business in Seattle. I don't know about you guys. Like, I know they had not, like, the Dodgers didn't have anything to play for, but the Dodgers looked fantastic over the weekend. The bullpen looked great. I was speaking to a buddy of mine who I have a lot of confidence in with pitching, and the Dodgers bullpen against the Mariners, I believe it was in the middle game, when it was Blake Trinan, Alex Vesia, and Edgardo Enriquez, really did a fantastic job, not only with execution, but following game script to each of their own strengths. And it was incredible to see them, run that game down with 9 consecutive strikeouts. Yeah, Yoshi puts that in there. That's all stuff that I let everybody know. Make sure you're taking note of. I know that's like an eye-popping thing, but it's that make sure you're looking for these individual performances. And Dave Roberts to continue to look at these guys and continue to put them in these spots, because he doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter how poor some of these players are performing in games prior. It's about the process. It's about executing. If they're not executing and the process doesn't look good, it doesn't matter. So if all those things lined up perfectly at the same spot, we got to see it. So I was super impressed with that. The bullpen, I was really impressed on Friday. Kind of just a mash group took care of business there. When I was looking over all that stuff, the Dodgers win 3-2 in that game. You get 1 inning from Emmett Sheehan, 2 from Robleski, 1 2/3 from Klein, an inning and a third from Bonda. Roki has just looked really good. Goes an inning there. Blake Trinan gets into a little trouble there, allows 1 earned, and then Tanner Scott for 1. And the Dodgers win a ball game 3-2 against the Seattle Mariners, who have been playing great baseball in the American League. The Dodgers go out here and end the season just on a great note, just on an absolutely great note. You go up to Seattle, you sweep a series, and that kind of got lost in the shuffle because the Dodgers didn't have much to play for in terms of standing. They didn't. It was already set. But I don't know how much happier you could be with the Dodgers taking care of business up in Seattle. Somebody says Mariners offense sucks. It doesn't matter. They're a playoff team. They're playing well for a reason. If you just look and say everybody's offense sucks and stuff individually, Phillies offense doesn't suck. Dodger starters took care of business against them. I think the Phillies offense is pretty good. So that's just like kind of a short-sighted way to look at things. The Dodgers just executed the training staff, not the training staff, the game planning staff. It all lined up. Process was good. Execution was good. And they rose to the occasion. So good stuff on that front going into the postseason. So very surprised. Many are, kind of overlooking what the Mariners have because the Dodgers took care of business there. But everybody, thank you for tuning in. Good show going on today. Like I said, tomorrow we're really going to get into, once those rosters come out, we're going to dive into a few, maybe some head scratching ones, making sense of them. But mostly this next topic that we're going into is one that a lot of people will have some questions about because this is October, and we know what happens when October happens. We know Kike Hernandez rises to the occasion. We know Andy Paez has stepped up in October, and that's how it goes. So there's you can kind of fall in line with where I'm looking at. Real fast, I see people talking about Will Klein. Yeah, Matty Man, Will Klein, he'll be back, I hope, but he does have to wait that period. He won't be, to my knowledge, Will Klein won't be eligible for the first round. He's got to wait this period of time because he got optioned down. It doesn't just reset because of the postseason. Yeah. But if you guys want to start putting in some questions early on, I'm going to star them now, and then I'll get back to them later on. Rosemary asked, Will Klein or Ben Kasparius? The Dodgers really like Ben Kasparius against righties, but Will Klein's stuff has looked electric. I think he's earned the right to be in consideration there. I know the walk issues are ever apparent, and I know Ben Kasparius is staying ready as well. It's an interesting conversation between the two. I don't know how much length they knew they would need out of Kasparius. I don't know how much length they would need out of someone like him in the bullpen. But Will Klein, his stuff right now has looked really good, and he's been on the up and up. Whereas Ben Kasparius, I know he's had the playoff experience there, and I'm sure the Dodgers will lean on that a bit. But I think that Will Klein is just slightly in a better spot. It's a toss-up. I don't have a preference of either one. The bias with Kasparius, everybody knows me. But I know the type of year that Ben Kasparius has had. He's had a little bit of a tough roller coaster there. So I'm going to go with the hot hand, but I'll trust whoever the front office feels is in a better spot. Those type of guys, it's just more matchup dependent. But Will Klein has looked absolutely dominant. Whereas Ben Kasparius, I haven't seen that in some time. So there you go. Someone says Emmett Sheehan took the Kasparius role. I mean, it's close. Ben, I'm really happy that Emmett Sheehan got pushed out there. Like, get out there, Emmett. Like, you've got bigger things for you. We're gonna work you in here. Let's see. Matty Man says I'm betting the big surprise is Will Smith catches the wild card round. Yeah, I don't believe it's gonna happen, man. Yeah, you're just hoping. Like a hairline fracture in the hand, on his throwing hand, no less. It would be a shock. It would be a shock. I would love to know how they made that all happen. But I think that it's going to be a battery of catch and rotation of Benny Rortvedt and Dalton Rushing, whom both, if you followed, what it is. I tweeted out yesterday. I feel confident with both of them behind the plate. Dalton Rushing, that time off, is going to be good. That is going to be good. I feel like he's good stuff. I feel like Dalton Rushing's in a better spot at the plate, but it also pushes into the fact that I feel comfortable with him as a pinch hitter, as a left-handed pinch hitter, and that kind of pushes another name in Michael Conforto into a spot where we know where Kike Hernandez is at. I'm teasing a little bit. Somebody says it's about pain tolerance for the hairline fracture. I think it's so much more than that. I think, like Dave Roberts said, it's about pain tolerance, but it's just a hairline fracture on his throwing hand. We know how much that gets affected. It's a lot. Like, he's catching. He's involved in every single play. I think it's more than just a pain tolerance thing. So I would be absolutely pleasantly surprised if Will Smith is available to go. Like, that's flat out how it is. Him by being behind the plate every single, that's where it's at for me. If he's available for a bit, if he can pinch hit, cool. I don't know if he's going to be in that spot. But the offense is in a good place, and that should give people a lot of hope. The fact that people aren't panicking more about Will Smith being out and how much effect it's going to have on the offense means the offense is in a good place. And with how they've been performing lately, that is good things. So don't freak out about that. I'm very happy the offense is in a good spot to carry that load there. It's unbelievable that when you have a top 3 offensive catcher in the league out, with a hairline fracture in his hand, there aren't more people hitting a button about that. Yeah, we've won a lot, Matty Man. We've won a lot without Will Smith. So when he's back and ready to go and feels he's comfortable in a good spot, just a boost, just a flat out boost. All right. But we got to talk it. Who's going to start in left field during the playoffs? If you've got an overwhelming feeling of who you believe it should be, and we're going to open this conversation a little bit more to just left field, because there's more than just left field. There's some maneuvering that can happen and some position versatility that I definitely can, see some things happening. And that opens the door for some players. Dave says, Scott, round by round submission, teams can submit. Yeah, but Will Klein got, sent down. If you're talking about Will Smith, I definitely know that. No, I'm not saying that Will Smith's out. I'm not saying that Will Smith's out at all. Will Smith will be ready, but it's just that I don't believe during the wild card round. I'll be surprised if he's ready. I think he'll be ready for the DS, but the wild card round, I don't. I don't believe that. I'll be I'll be definitely surprised. So he says this. Yeah, I got you there, Matty man. I definitely know. No, he's not. Will Smith's not out for the whole postseason. No way. To what they're saying, they're not leading on that it's that significant. I just don't think that he'll be ready for the wild card, but I believe he'll be back for the division series. Okay, that's where I believe Will Smith will be at. But real quick, let me know where your thoughts are with left field. Let me know where your thoughts are with that. You know, the mix here between Kike Hernandez, who we all know gets ready to go during October. We all know Andy Pages has been playing exceptional baseball. And last postseason against the New York Mets, Andy Pages showed what he can do in October, what he showed all year long, what he can do. He's been terrific. There are a number of options Dave Roberts has right now. And Michael Conforto has not been playing good baseball. I'm not going to dunk on him, but he just has not looked good. He has not looked good out here. I don't believe he's the number one guy against right-handed pitching at the moment. Kike Hernandez, I think, is going to be a guy in October. Once again, I think that if the Los Angeles Dodgers can maneuver some things here, if they feel comfortable with Kike Hernandez in center field, I don't know how much of an option that is, but it's an option. If you want to put Andy Pages in left, go ahead. But if then you want to take Tommy Edman, put him at second base, that helps out Tommy Edman. I don't know if that's been in discussion, but I believe that Kike Hernandez is well equipped to face high velocity against a right-handed pitcher. We've seen that time and time again. I believe that Kike Hernandez can and should be in consideration for the left field spot every day. I think that's how it should go. But that's if the Dodgers don't want to put Tommy Edman. But I believe that Kike Hernandez at second base should be the thing. Edman in center field, Pages in left, and that's how it goes. So the final vote is going to be Andy Pages nearly every day. I don't think that changes. I think we see either Kike Hernandez at second base and, if possible, center field. And if you want to rotate Edman between second base, center field, that's good with me. So left field start Kike Hernandez, Andy Pages, and then you see the status day to day of what Tommy Edman's ankle is at. I think, like I said, we've talked prior to his return. The Dodgers wanted to wait until they felt comfortable with him in center field. But if they want to give him a blow day to day, they want to put him at second base. Yeah. Let's see. Yoshi says, so Rojas is out. Rojas will be in the mix. He'll definitely be in the mix. But I think that Kike Hernandez is playing great baseball. He looks on time. Yeah. Somebody says, stop dogging on Conforto. You loving him in left. Like, what do you love about him? What do you love about him? Let me know. I really want to know what you love about Michael Conforto. It's not about dogging on Conforto. He's hasn't been playing good baseball. He's in a utility role. He's in a very, very utility role here. There's not, like, you have to, when you're a platoon player in a very sub role, you've got to do something positive in that role. He just hasn't been good. 72 WRC plus for quite a bit. Doesn't have the track record of playing in October. What do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you? It's not about it. It's just been a long time since Michael Conforto has been a very positive outcome player. And it's getting to crunch time here where there's no more leash to say, hope he'll figure it out. Those good swings will fall soon. I've seen it with Kike Hernandez. I've seen big swings late game with Kike Hernandez against Munoz in Seattle when the game's on the line. So you go with the hot bat on the players who don't have the track record. And Kike Hernandez both is swinging a hot bat and has a track record. Do the math. Kike Hernandez is going to be out there. Should be in left field, should be in center field, should be at second base. That's how it goes. Conversation's going to be with how much Kike Hernandez is going to play. So left field for the Dodgers, you could slot Andy Pages in there every day. But the conversation is, what does that now do with the rest of the left field options? We know that means Kike Hernandez, Keektober. I saw one here. Yeah, give me Keektober. It's a legit thing. It's a legit thing. I have fun conversations with people all the time. but it's a legit thing. Something about the heartbeat. Um, he talked about his process pretty open last year, about his, kind of how he mentally prepares for the moment. And I took real notable stuff there of that, how he envisions results, how he visualizes all this stuff here. And he executed. And that right there was a kind of a light bulb went that he's someone you can pretty directly lean on that he's done this for quite some time. Kike Hernandez's 2021 playoff run is one of the best I've absolutely ever seen. So you have the ability to put someone like that who's comfortable being in those moments. Yeah, Al Potter, Kike is a must start utility player in October for sure. And he's getting hot at the right time. Yeah, this chat's very aggressive today, you guys. I love everybody being in here. I'm fired up about it too. It's postseason ball. This is how it goes. Uh yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Norm says Conforto, Scott, and Trent are expected but inexplicable adds to the postseason roster. How can anyone get a full season at bats and hit below 200? No power and bad defense. You got me. Money. It's all about money and matchups against left or against righties. Um, I see people asking about Max Muncy. Before I go lose that train of thought there, I don't have an update about Max Muncy. I just know they're probably going to take it easy on him. We know he's been banged up, and that's possible. That could be another thing. That could be another spot, another opening for Kike to play third base. That's another piece for him too here. So just no solid concrete update on Max Muncy, but just know that you've got Kike Hernandez who can play third. You've got some maneuverability here, and I like the options that they currently have. All right. But yeah, chat super aggressive today. I like it. I like it. Keep it clean, but stay fired up. Like you've got strong opinions one way, put them out there. Put them out there. Let me know. We'll talk about it. Yeah, good stuff here. Ricardo wants to know 1 to 10 how concerned I am with Tommy Edmonds' ankle. Probably about like a 4. We know it's banged up. The front office knows it's banged up. Training staff, etc. He knows it's banged up. I think that they wouldn't have brought him back in playing center field, no less, if they didn't feel he could handle it. It definitely looks rough, like his stuff and all that, like his jumps and everything. That's why I bring up second base for him. But I'm relatively low. I think he can gut it out. I think he'll be all right there. They're babying it for sure, but I'm not too concerned. They wouldn't have brought him back so fast. It was a bit, but they wouldn't have brought him back and put him in center field because that ankle looked rough. I don't think they would have. I don't think they would have gambled with it like that. Let's see here. This DTLA guy says lineup construction is really flexible in terms of position. Front office, yeah, the front office did a great job at that. Front office praise. Haven't seen that in a bit. We haven't seen that in a bit. Everybody's been dunking on them, but it's more so that people see what Kike can do. People know that Pajes has been able to slot to left. Miguel Rojas is playing solid ball. Tommy Edman can play multiple positions. Look at this. Haven't seen front office praise in a long time. Frankie. Scott, does it really matter who the Reds send out there if the Dodgers just play good ball? I mean, you can play good ball. Somebody can blow it in the bullpen. So you can play great ball. Somebody can blow it. But you're correct. All they have to do is go out there and take care of business. That's an evergreen thing. Just go out there and take care of business. The matchup can be what it is. The Cincinnati Reds squeaked their way in the playoffs. They didn't just squeak, though. They played. They backed their way in with the loss yesterday, but they've been playing better than the teams in the third slot. They're not a pushover there. These teams, you look around the league, like the Mariners have elite starting pitching. The Dodgers were able to, scratch and claw against them, the bullpen. They played good ball. But when you're talking about the Cincinnati Reds, you're going to see Hunter Green tomorrow night, who since the beginning of August, when he came back from injury, since August 13th, has a 2.81 ERA, a 3.05 FIP, and a 3 expected FIP with an 11.06 K per 9, 2.25 walk 9. He's one of the best right-handers in Major League Baseball, and the Dodgers have been much better against lefties this year. I believe that the Dodgers can take care of business against him. How much? I don't know, because he's been so good. So I give Hunter Green a ton of credit. I love watching him pitch. Uh, Loves going deep into games. He just threw a complete game shutout, one hitter against the Chicago Cubs on September 18th. So it more comes down to pedigree with him and comes down to how much is Terry Francona going to push him. Because there aren't many arms in the Cincinnati Reds bullpen, but in a short game series, it's all hands on deck. Chase Burns, I don't know how much he'll be available there. And then you get Nick Lodolo. Chad, you guys are on it. You're saying stuff before. How are you doing this? I tell you all the time, you're one of the best chats I've ever been a part of. Knowledgeable, on top of it. It just comes down to how much these guys have in the tank there. It's a lot of young players, a lot of young arms pushing themselves towards the back end of the year. So we'll see, but it's all hands on deck. You worry about the series in front of you, and you play for the game right there. And Terry Francona, there's kind of been nobody better at that. He's orchestrated some of the the best moments with that. 04, 04 Sox, 04 Sox. When I was a kid, that whole series captured my whole baseball fandom. Won't lie to you. All right, let's see this. Laura, this show is growing every day. Congrats, Scotty G. You're the best. Well, you're the best, Laura. Appreciate you. Love you. Everybody tuning in for the first time, welcome in. Pull up a chair, stay a while, listening back on the replay. However you get your podcasts, YouTube, Spotify. However, thank you. Rate, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know your excitement level for this postseason. We made it. We made it here. Now we can get into these conversations there. The tier 1 list is still open for another day. People ask, what is that? It's up here. It's in my mind. I know who you are, and you won't be forgotten about. You'll be taken care of, because I appreciate you. And then we'll get into tomorrow, true postseason time, and that's we all rally together. But Laura, thank you. JY, haven't seen the Mets fans' reaction to Senga's injury so harsh. I realize that the Dodgers fans are angels in comparison. Fired up is totally okay. I mean, yeah, this chat is unruly today, and I love it. I'm all in. Everybody's keeping it clean. People are going at it. I'm all about it. You know me. I'm big on the narratives. Yeah. If you've got something, let me know. If you've got something you feel strongly about, you can go about it. Make me see that view. Let me know. But Dodgers fans are, look, all baseball fans in their own right. There's a certain contingent of fans that treat it like life and death. So they don't let players have any wiggle room with anything. They don't want to see the human element of anything. It's not a chance. But when you look into that, peel back those layers, some empathy comes in, hopefully. But the Dodgers are in a good spot. Get back to it. The Dodgers feel like they're in a good spot. All right, we're going to go some questions here. But again, everybody, make sure when they release the roster tomorrow, I hope that I've got the roster prior to going on the show, so we can break it down. We can talk about it. Do this Monday through Friday, all the way through the playoffs. If there's anything special, we'll hop down here with you, and I'll let you know, stuff that it's pressing matters, and we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen just for you guys. All right, I'll make sure to come on here. But all caps question. I'm going to take a few of these today, but it's been great to have you. Hope you enjoy your Monday. It's going to be a good one. I think I'm going to be on, if you're around in the noon hour, I'm going to be joining the folks over on Dodgers territory for a spot on there. We're going to be talking postseason baseball, see what stuff we get into over there. But I'll be over there with Clint and hopefully Alana today on Dodgers territory. So I'll see you guys over there as well once we wrap up here in about an hour and 20 minutes. All right, so all caps question, and I'll get into a few here. Let's see. Richard, good to see you, man. Will the Dodgers allow their talent and skills to win this series, or will they take away the human and let the computer play the game? 2 words for Bob Melvin, pizza delivery. Yeah, Bob Melvin, the San Francisco Giants axed Bob Melvin. Unsurprisingly, he's been very underwhelming there. Was underwhelming in San Diego. He went through his own version of a World Series in San Diego, and then it just didn't happen. And then goes up to San Francisco, and it just tanks. Looks terrible. Process looks bad. Doesn't have a handle. Not a good ball. Hot stretches coming at terrible times. Look, Rich, the Dodgers play both. Like Dave Roberts has had a pulse for a bit, but when you have to lean on something, when you don't have a great grasp and or it's not having a great grasp, when like the human element, there's like spots for it as far as um, deploying a pinch hitter or relievers and stuff like that. You have the data behind it that it shows you tendencies and things that can bolster your decision. The Dodgers don't just play computer baseball. Like Dave Roberts has been one of the best in the business as having a pulse for the game. People might not always like it because the decisions don't work out, but it's when they do, they don't even think about it. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm excited for it. Um, excited to see how Dave once again can cook this postseason there. Yeah. So that's kind of it, Rich. We'll see what he's got. We'll see what Dave Roberts is made of with this bullpen, how he can stretch these starters out. We've seen him have numerous conversations with starters on how much he's going to push them. So I'm eager to see that. Eager to see that. Ricardo says, do you see Roki as high leverage or multiple innings? High leverage, 1 inning. I don't see them. If he can go two, I don't think like they'll push him if they need to, but 1 inning for now. They will push him to 2 though. They talked about that quite. I think they hinted at that. I think Dave Roberts spoke to that directly, but I think they're just going to see what he's got right now, and he's been solid so far. Stuff looks good. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Norm says, name one player who will be either a surprise add or a surprise omission from the playoff roster. It's a good question. Surprise omission. Oh man. That's a good question. Is Hesson Kim a surprise omission? Would that be one? Do you guys want something like a hot take? I'm not a big hot take guy. Like the hot takes, like if you need to do a hot take, you're going way out on a limb. I don't see anybody getting left off. That would be a big surprise omission. I don't think, yeah. Someone says, please say it. I'm not doing it. I'm not saying surprise omission, Tanner Scott. I'm not doing that. I'm not saying Conforto because they'll need the lefty bat out in the outfield. They'll need that. So I'm not saying. I don't really have one, Norm. I think it's all pretty cut and dry. I think the bullpen ones, nobody will be surprising there. Offensively, like Hesson Kim. I think that would be the one that would that's like the surprise one, but it's not that big a deal. His whole situation, that's not that big a deal. It just comes down to like infield roster crunch stuff. That's all. I don't have anybody way too outside of the norm of like the names that we've seen. Matty Man wants to know, is Conforto really a left-handed bat in the outfield? Well, he is left-handed and he can hold a baseball bat and play left field with a glove on his hand. So yes, he is an option. Hasn't been playing great ball, but he definitely can do all of those things. I can't tell you how well he could do those things, and how much they'll need him to do those things. But he is like technically, yeah. I don't know how much he's going to do it, but it's definitely an option for it. If Conforto's the one that they don't carry, it will be very surprising. It will be very surprising. I'll tell you that. Just for the fact that he's made it this far, if they omit him from the roster, whatever. He'd be one of the first names that if there is an injury. If Tommy Edman gets hurt, something like that, ankle barks, that'll be it. Yep, Mike. Yeah, I see you guys in chat talking about three catcher stuff and all that. It's a conversation, but it's just a matter of not clogging a spot with Will Smith. But if he's not going to be, if he can only pinch hit, it's hard for me to get sold on someone who was only pinch hitting. Right? And that's top hand is a righty. It's just hitting. Like he's got to be able to go up there and hit. He's got to feel good with it. So carrying 3 catchers, it's hard for me to get sold on that. Just with Will Smith on the roster as a pinch hitter, I know the value of him at the plate. I totally get it, but you've got to maximize every piece to a playoff roster. And just on the roster, just for a pinch hit, and if he gets hurt and you can't carry in the next round, That's where my stuff with I don't know if he'll be back for the first round comes into play. You know what I mean, chat? That's kind of where it is with me. He's got to be ready to start. I don't want him on there just to pinch hit. He's got to be ready to play meaningful time. So that's where I'm kind of at with Will Smith and the whole three catcher conversation. If he can play, cool. If he can start, cool. Yeah. Let's see. Question here says Blake Snell, left-handed pitcher versus Reds, game one predictions. I didn't look. I need to look into. I need to look into how the Reds have performed against that. I just against left-handed pitching. I just know that Blake Snell has been electric. He's been the horse. He's someone that we were on here Friday, chat. You remember? I said Blake Snell was my game one guy. Everybody was telling me no. Get out of here, Scott. Get off the air. Boo. Everybody was telling me fraud. Nah, nobody said those things. But I said Blake Snell was my game one starter. And I'm glad that they've confirmed that at this point. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, game two. But yeah, Blake Snell's the dog. Yeah, Matty Man, Blake Snell's the dog when the chips are down. He's going to go out there. He's going to tell Dave Roberts what he's got in the tank, inning to inning. And he avoids the big damage. And I hope he continues to do that through game one. You know, hand it over to whoever Dave Roberts feels comfortable doing that. I really know right now they're putting together that roadmap to those outs, those 27 outs. So I'm excited for it. Martin says, really sick hat. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. I got a bunch. Just need 47 to sponsor me, and then it'll be a constant rotation. So whoever's got connections, make that happen for me, please. On my knees. Need it. That would feed generations. Yeah, people cool with Blake Snell game one. Tyler Glasnow to finish game one. We'll see. They're talking about it. Cool. I'll take a few more. Let everybody enjoy your Monday. Thanks for hanging out with me. You're the best. We talked about this. We prepped for this. We've been on here for over a month now. DodgerHeads Unplugged. Chat, you've been great for me. You viewers for the first time. The reception's been phenomenal. Let's see here. Foop, I don't know. He says, hot take. If we go far in the playoffs, Roki will start a game and go 5 innings. I disagree, man. Yeah, 5 innings of dominance. That'll be great. Whatever fever dream you have with that, I hope you stay in that. And it's just like the most euphoric experience. But I don't see that being the case. There we go. Cool. Here we go. Last one. Back-to-back questions. Thoughts on Tyler Glasnow potentially coming out of the pen? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with Tyler Glasnow coming out of the bullpen for this round. You've got to have all hands on deck here. You've got to be able to, especially with their deficiencies against righties, like we're from the right-hand side out of the bullpen. Brock Stewart was supposed to be a key piece to that. But, you know, what a deadline push. So Brock Stewart's not there. So if Tyler Glasnow is going to be utilized out of the bullpen, yeah, all hands on deck from that sense. Walk issues are always a thing with Tyler Glasnow, overthrowing, but I feel confident in him. When he's been great, he's been exceptional this season. Those blips on the radar can happen with any starting pitcher, but his are pretty pronounced. But I believe that, you know, he could do it. It's just a matter of how much can he answer the call. We've talked about that a lot. How much are some of these guys going to be stepping up into a role that might not be regular for them? And if Tyler Glasnow is any of the players that falls into something that, if it doesn't feel perfect, it doesn't line up well for him. But Tyler Glasnow is looking around a room and around a clubhouse where a lot of guys have been asked to be pushed out of their norms. So I think that Tyler Glasnow is going to read the room and get the message and be a very willing participant in joining, that everybody's going to be willing to do whatever it takes. So I think Tyler Glasnow coming out of the bullpen, he's going to understand the assignment. And I like that. It says, what are they doing with Kirsch? You know, we talked about this at the top of the show, that Clayton Kershaw, the original plan and the original thought for me was that Clayton Kershaw wouldn't be around for the first round of the postseason, just based on what they needed, starters wise, length out of the bullpen. But that one bullpen spot in Seattle was nice, and that gave some hope. or yeah, no, not in Seattle. Pardon me. 1 inning spot last week made you think about it. And then he has a start yesterday, puts him out. Like he won't be ready to go for that. He won't be ready to go for that. They would have had to have pushed him back. It's just a matter of Dave Roberts finding stuff, you know, in a 5 to 7. I think he'd be available for a 5 to 7. Yeah, he said Jeff and Anthony talked about it last night. Yeah, I agree in a 5 or 7 gamer if it comes down to it. So we're all on that same line of thinking, all on the same line. 5 or 7 gamer, and Clayton Kershaw can definitely be an option there. All right, everybody, appreciate you a bunch. Great show today. Thanks for the chat. You guys were electric in there, fired up. Or I must have missed some stuff. Everybody's going crazy about things, but happy postseason. Stuff gets ramped up tomorrow. The Dodgers and the Cincinnati Reds, 3 games in LA potentially. Going to get Blake Snell and Hunter Green in game 1 at Dodger Stadium there in the wild card round of the National League. So buckle up. Long season, 162 games down to the first 3. Get through these, go win 2, do a job. Get to the next one, gear up, and then we'll talk then. Look at the series that's in front of you. Look at the game that's in front of you. Don't overlook anybody. We've seen upsets happen before. The Los Angeles Dodgers got to look at the Cincinnati Reds like another series. They've got to go take care of business in. Look at the name on the front, and then in those big moments, remember what you got on the back. They are who they are. So we'll talk tomorrow. We'll get more in depth on this stuff. We'll talk Blake Snell. We'll talk Hunter Green. Hopefully we've got the lineup prior so we can kind of break down those things there. If not, we'll see what goes on with the boys and how we can kind of, maneuver some stuff. I want to talk lineup. And then we'll go from there. All right, everybody, appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your day. As always, my name is Scott Geirman. Thanks for tuning in to DodgerHeads Unplugged with Scotty G. We will see you tomorrow. I'll communicate on Twitter, social media. We'll talk, let you know with kind of updated stuff there. And then we'll just get into it. To everybody, happy postseason. Enjoy today because we get ramped up tomorrow. Then you got to start, taking your blood pressure medication, keeping it all in check. Everything gets testy. As always, guys, we'll keep saying it till we can't anymore. Go Dodgers.